Okay, so we finally got hands on to Nothing Phone 2, and it's not a review unit. It is not being sent by Nothing, unlike the other Nothing Ear 2, but this unit we have purchased from Flipkart. It's a retail unit. I'll tell you the pricing, everything. It costed me around 42,000 with bank discount and other offers, and it's an 8GB RAM variant. We'll talk everything about Nothing Phone 2 in this video, and we'll also talk about Nothing OS 2.0. First, let's see what all we get to see in the retail unit. So unboxing experience is kind of similar like the previous one, Nothing Phone 1. You have to completely tear this. Oops. The unboxing experience is quite bad actually for me. So I'll just open it up and show you guys what all we get to see in this. Once you open the box, you won't be able to use it, but doesn't matter. So it opens like a book, and beneath that you can see we have a Nothing Phone 2 followed by some paperwork, which includes the safety and warranty information. Later, SIM rejector tool, which is again transparent like what we get to see with Nothing Phone 1. Followed by Type-C to Type-C charging cable, but this time you can see the ports are kind of transparent. You can also see the text Nothing written on the ports. And at last we have a Nothing Phone 2. And this device seems to be a bit heavy compared to Nothing Phone 1. So this is what you get inside the box. Charger is still not included. So let's keep everything aside. And one more thing which I would like to mention you guys. So one thing is, I have seen some of the users, on their box it's written only made for India. Few users were getting confused whether it can be used in other countries or not, but let me clear that thing. You just need an Indian SIM card to activate the device. Later you can use your device in any country. Also, talking about the SAR value, so SAR value of this device is 1.20 watt per kg. So anything below 1.60 watt is safe to use. Nothing Phone 2 has a familiar design similar to Nothing Phone 1. It has flat edges, two cameras placed vertically along with LED flash and a microphone. One of the cool features is the Glyph interface, which this time has 11 different LED lights, making it even more eye-catchy. The back of the phone is curved, giving it a nice feel in your hand. You can choose between white and black color. The black model is not like Nothing Phone 1, it's kind of grayish color. On the front you will find a large 6.7 inch screen that looks great, and the camera placement is now moved in the center instead of being on the left side. It also has a fingerprint sensor for easy unlocking. Although Nothing Phone 2 it's bit heavier, weighing around 201.2 grams. But the weight is pretty well balanced and it doesn't feel that heavy. The Nothing Phone 2 comes with dual stereo speakers. I overall feel the design is slightly better than Nothing Phone 1. Holding Nothing Phone 1 for long hours used to hurt my hands, but that's not the case with Nothing Phone 2. Thanks to the slight curved edges on the back. Some minor changes are also done now, like recording light design got changed from circular to horizontal, and the LED flash is now vertical in shape. And before moving to other things like display, battery, performance, etc., first let's talk about the main highlight, which is Nothing OS 2.0, which brings some major UI changes, new features and many more things. I won't be covering everything, we'll only cover some major improvements or the changes done. For every change, we'll do a dedicated video comparing it with Nothing OS, which is running on Nothing Phone 1, and we'll compare it with Nothing OS 2.0. So stay tuned for that. I'll do a dedicated video and post very soon. And now before moving ahead, if you guys like our content and if you think it's useful for you guys, then make sure to smash that like button and also make sure to subscribe to our channel. You guys must have seen a lot of videos about the new features called Glyph Composer and even the lock screen widgets. But right now this is a retail unit and it's not available. I mean to say those features are not available on this current unit, because when I created a post on Twitter asking about the same thing, so there's a new OTA update which is being pushed. Right now on this device there's no OTA update at the time of shooting this video. I'm shooting this video on 15 July 1:45 PM. So till now there is no OTA update on this particular unit, which is a retail unit. Some users might have got, because OTA updates are rolled stage wise and it might take some days to receive it on every device. So those things will not be covering. We'll do another video whenever we get any OTA update. As this device have not received OTA update, so AOD style looks similar to Nothing Phone 1, we'll see a huge difference after we receive the new OTA update. One of the major change, soon you set up your device, now you have these options to set different widgets, but as said earlier, an OTA update is yet to receive, which will further bring quick setting widgets, lock screen widgets and Glyph Composer, etc. With Nothing OS 2.0, we do get the option to customize the folders. You can choose between grid, circle and even cover. And you can even set emojis as your cover folder. Cool, right? Here if you tap on the torch, so the normal LED will flash, but if you long press on this torch quick setting tile, the Glyph light turns on Nothing Phone 2. Now Nothing have also added a monochrome color icon called Nothing Icon Pack. It looks good, but I won't be using it on daily basis as right now not all the apps are being supported under this Nothing Icon Pack, and which makes it look bad whenever we open the app drawer. With Nothing OS 2.0 you also get a set of new wallpapers, some minor UI changes you'll find like these volume sliders and the brightness sliders which have these dotted line now. Apart from that, now if you long press on the icon, the pop-up menu is completely redesigned, covering the entire screen. We have the option to change the grid size. Also in Nothing OS 2.0 launcher, you can get 5x5 grid size in the app drawer also. And finally, after a long wait with Nothing OS, or you can say Nothing Phone 2, Nothing have added the features like app lock and even the app cloner, aka dual app feature. So this feature can be found in the settings. If you go to the app section, there we have an option called app locker. You just need to enter your PIN and you can select the applications which you want to lock. This was a most awaited feature and community was demanding it on Nothing Phone 1. But hopefully with Nothing OS 2.0, this feature will be added on Nothing Phone 1 too. And there's also a feature called clone apps where you can create two different applications on the same device if you have two different numbers. The haptic feedback on Nothing Phone 2 is pretty good. The vibrations are rich and strong enough, and we easily get to know if you are driving or riding. You can easily feel the vibration if there's an incoming call. And the improved haptic also enhance the typing and interaction experience on Nothing Phone 2. On Nothing Phone 1, Glyph Lite was not having much of users, but now with Nothing OS 2.0, it's more useful. There's a lot of customization you can do with the Glyph interface. For example, now we also have this brightness slider for the Glyph lights, where they also added 3 different modes and an option for auto brightness too, which will automatically control the brightness of Glyph lights. Nothing also added this essential notification feature on Nothing Phone 2 with Nothing OS 2.0, where you can set a specific application essential notification. So until unless you read that notification or until unless that notification is dismissed, that particular Glyph light won't turn off. Again, a very good and useful feature. As I told you guys, Glyph Composer is still not being added. Then there's also another thing what they have added, which is Glyph Timer. So right now this supports applications like Uber, and in future it might also get the support for applications like Zomato and Swiggy, wherein it will show you the progress bar towards the back side indicating about the delivery status or your ride status. And now we can see Nothing is utilizing this Glyph interface more practically. As said, you can also set timer. You also have a volume indicator if you turn it on. So whenever you increase or decrease the volume, you can see the progress bar on the Glyph light. Charging meter is still available, and now you can also see Glyph light in action if you are using the Google Assistant when your device is locked. So talking about the display of Nothing Phone 2, where we see a noticeable difference now, I mean to say improvement over the previous one, Nothing Phone 1. The specification shows 2 significant changes. One is LTPO technology and higher brightness. The display is smooth thanks to LTPO technology dynamic refresh rate adjustment. The display is also bright, making it easy to use outdoor. Additionally, the display offers black and vibrant color, making it visually appealing. The screen can look pretty and colorful, and you will obviously love watching videos. But the auto brightness setting is not very bright. When I first used it, I always had to increase the brightness to make the content look more vivid and vibrant. Maybe the brightness was set too low to save battery. Nothing is offering 1600 nits of peak brightness, and the device also supports HDR+. Being having support of HDR, still in the apps like Netflix. It's the same story as Nothing Phone 1. We don't get the support of HDR, and personally I did not like that, because as far as I remember, in past Carl had said they don't want to add the bloatware. We can only get the HDR support if they add the Netflix application in their system. So I personally feel this should have been done with the launch of Nothing Phone 2. One application won't be affecting much when it comes to bloatwares. Nothing Phone 2 also have support of stereo speakers, and the sound output is rich and it's pretty well balanced. I did not see much of difference between the main speaker and the top speaker. I personally felt the balancing is somewhere around 60-40. Fingerprint is quite fast, so no complaint about that here on Nothing Phone 2. So as you all know, Nothing Phone 2 is powered by Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and I thought performance would be at peak. But that wasn't the case with Nothing Phone 2, and I'm not saying performance is bad, performance is decent. I know still it requires bit of optimization. This usually happens with every device. Soon after the launch, a brand requires little bit of time to optimize their device. And the same story is with Nothing Phone 2. So as always, we ran the benchmark testing, and if I show you the scores here, in single core device have scored 1680, and with multi-core device have scored 4175. But when it comes to CPU throttling, I did notice a lot of throttling issues, where you can see maximum CPU have throttled only up to 59%. And I'm not complaining about it. It's just a matter of few OTA updates. I hope Nothing fixes these throttling issues and optimize their software in a better way. But when we talk about the gaming part, so I tested out two games. One is Battlegrounds Mobile India, and the second one is Call of Duty. And on these two games, I did not see any kind of issues with the frame drops. In Battlegrounds Mobile India, the device was constantly delivering 60 FPS, and the gyroscope performance was too good. Slight heating issues were seen with one TDM, and when I tested out Call of Duty, in that also device delivered 90 FPS with no issues at all. As said, gyroscope was pretty much smooth. While playing Call of Duty with 90 FPS, here and there, little bit of FPS drop was seen. I saw FPS dropping from 90 FPS to 60 FPS in 2-3 scenarios. But overall, I did like the gaming performance on Nothing Phone 2. I'll also be doing a dedicated gaming test, which I'll be posting pretty soon on this channel, so stay tuned for it. So talking about the camera segment, I had limited time to test out, so I did not click much of pictures. And there is also another reason why I did not click the pictures, and that's the OTA update which is being pushed for Nothing Phone 2, because that claims to improve camera after that update. So wait for my full review. In that I'll post everything like camera, charging speed, battery backup, etc. Now Nothing Phone 2 has a pair of 50 megapixel cameras. One is 50 MP Sony IMX890 with optical and electric stabilization, plus 50 MP Samsung JN1 with 114-degree wide angle with electronic image stabilization. There's also an upgrade to 32 megapixel selfie camera. I clicked few samples in the low light, wherein I did notice little bit of less details in low light conditions, and in some photos if you see the text, there's a paintish effect which is being produced on Nothing Phone 2, and details are pretty low. The black areas in these pictures is completely blown out, and also notice device taking little bit extra time to process the images after clicking. The shutter speed is not that fast, but compared to Nothing Phone 1, it's slightly improved on Nothing Phone 2. So Nothing Phone 2 is capable of recording 4K at 60 FPS, though the video is quite stable, but I can still feel some jitters while recording the video. And you can also see the dynamic range, which is completely washed out on Nothing Phone 2, and you can also see little bit of jitters while recording the video. You guys can judge the video quality of Nothing Phone 2 and let me know how is the audio and video quality. And this video is recorded from the front camera, which is capped at 1080p at 60 FPS. Again, the stabilization seems to be good using front camera, but if you see the dynamic range, it's the same story. So hopefully nothing improves the video quality of Nothing Phone 2. I'm not personally satisfied with the camera quality of Nothing Phone 2. Let's hope and wait for an OTA update to improve all these things. You guys can judge the audio quality and the video quality from here. The Phone 2 has 4700 mAh of battery, which supports 15 watts of wireless charging and even reverse charging. The max charging speed is 45 watt. We'll update you guys about the charging speed and battery backup in the review video. In the short duration of my usage, I cannot comment much about the battery, but right now I'll show you the SOT what I have been getting. So I had charged the device yesterday. Right now the battery percentage is 47 and the screen usage time is 3 hours and 28 minutes, in which I did little bit of gaming and testing things like benchmarks and even CPU throttling. Till now battery backup seems to be good. According to current usage, for sure I'll get around 6 hours of SOT. Nothing Phone 2 have other basic features such as carrier aggregation, Wi-Fi 6, NFC and even 5G support. But one thing which I noticed when it comes to connectivity, so here you can see I have enabled Wi-Fi calling, but most of the time the Wi-Fi calling feature doesn't work. And my house is not that big where I don't get the range of my Wi-Fi network. In my entire house, the Wi-Fi signal always remain on top. So this is again a minor issue which I feel on Nothing OS, or you can say Nothing Phone 2, and hopefully this also gets fixed with the upcoming update. So guys, this was a quick unboxing and a quick overview about Nothing Phone 2. I know it's priced on the higher side. There are few more devices which you can plan to buy. One of them is iQOO Neo 7 Pro. We have the iQOO Neo 7 Pro. I'll start testing that device from today, and we also have another device which is OnePlus Nord 3. So once I complete the testing of those two devices along with Nothing Phone 2, I'll give you guys a better idea whether to buy this Nothing Phone 2 or you have other two phones also. Wait for my complete review. So as of now, only this much in this video. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.